Soft sticks.
For 20 years, having to essentially live a double life. You repress so many of those feelings for so long, and eventually they're gonna bubble up and come out sideways. If anyone in high school or college would say, oh, we think he's gay, I would make fun of gay people as a way to sort of deflect and get the attention off of me. Every night you sit there and you just sort of think, damn it, I was a fake again today. I was a fraud. Now that I have your attention, I'd like you to know, I like fabulous people. I don't like hate. My name is Brad Pritchett. I am the Vice President of Marketing and Communications for the American Heart Association here in North Texas. I am also the Senior Co-Chairman for Black Tie Dinner, the nation's largest LGBTQ charity event held right here in Dallas. Knowing at a very early age that I was different, the only thing I knew to do to change that was to pray. And so the last thing I would say every night, God, please fix me. I wanted to be normal. And I said that prayer, God fix me tonight, for 20 years. I was born and raised in Duncanville, Texas, in a very, very conservative Christian Southern Baptist household. My mom was our Sunday school teacher and my father was the deacon. And anytime the word gay or queer was brought up, it was with the words that are offensive and are jarring. I remember first feeling different at the early age of 5 or 6, when I'd rather practice my dance routines in the middle of the game, with my dad as the coach yelling at me from the sidelines. I knew I was different when I shoved the napkin rings on my wrist and twirled around like Wonder Woman. My dad had to come home with a hacksaw. The napkin rings fit, they just didn't come off. That was the problem. I had a high school girlfriend. We were engaged in college, and it wasn't until I took my first job with other gay people that I realized that I needed to come out of the closet. I was always a performer. I did shows in Disney. I did shows on cruise ships and in Vegas. I always thought, surely y'all know I'm gay. I'm literally singing and dancing all the way through life, and y'all are just, applauding me and wondering when I'm gonna have babies with my female fiance. So it was in between gigs, and came home staying with my father at the time. He said, "Are you gay?" I said, "Yes, I am." He's like, "You're no longer welcome in my home." I had walked out of the house that next morning, and my dad, I don't know if I've ever shared this, he had cut me out of every single photo, and wrote one simple note on the note that says, "You're dead to me." We sometimes lose the support of our blood relatives, and we're left sort of scrambling, and the only people around to help pick up the pieces are our chosen family. I share that journey of just sadness because it did get better. Fast forward all these years where my mom is my best friend. She's the first one to get a seat at any LGBTQ charity function that I'm in charge of. And my dad is as well. I would encourage parents of a child who's trying to figure themselves out, continue to be supportive. Help your child find what makes them the most happy and the most secure. It may feel odd at times. Your reaction and your support matters. The second they feel like they don't have that is the second they feel defeated, and that's where it gets bad. I would say to anyone struggling to find that support system, you need to put yourself around the folks that believe in your differences. Not everyone's going to support you, and that's okay. You're going to live your best, most authentic life, and at the end of the day, they're gonna see how happy you are, and then the joke's on them. I'm so thankful that God never fixed me or made me normal, because if he did, I wouldn't have my husband, wouldn't have the family that I have now. I wouldn't be leading LGBTQ organizations that raise money to give back to our community. There was nothing that ever needed to be fixed. I just needed to become comfortable within my skin, and it took me a while to get there. And now you know.